Hey guys, it's Bill. Welcome to the shop. Hey guys, I just want to do a quick video. I had a couple of questions from people asking what are some basic tools that they can use to build their own arcade at home. So I made a short video here for you on what you can use, the different tools that you can use, and hopefully you'll get some use out of it. The basic tools that you would need to build your own arcade machine. We here at Drakken, we have a lot of different tools. We do a lot of different things. So we kind of have more advanced tools, and we have more tools than you might have. But if you're, say, on a budget and you have, a handful of tools, or you have enough money to buy a handful of tools and not go crazy, you can still build an arcade machine. I'm gonna give you some ideas as far as what you might need to get started. In no particular order. So number one, I'm gonna say you're gonna get any kind of saw. Let's say you have enough money for a saw for wood cutting. I'm gonna go ahead and suggest that you get yourself a decent jigsaw. This here is the DeWalt 20 volt XR. This thing is great. Runs on battery. If you don't have one that runs on battery, you can get one that takes the cord. Doesn't matter. Just need a wood blade, and that's kind of what it's much more jagged. You'll see a metal blade, much more fine, right? You're gonna use that for metal or plastic. It works great on plastic too. You're gonna want a wood blade for cutting your wood. The reason I say a jigsaw is because you're gonna wanna cut out, the shapes and contour of the side of your machine or the control panel, things like that. Jigsaw is great for that, but it can also cut straight if you get yourself a straight edge of some type. Okay, a straight edge, a couple of clamps. You clamp them down, make sure they're straight, and along the edge of your jigsaw, and you can cut a nice straight edge with a jigsaw as well. So you don't need to have a table saw, don't need to have a circular saw. You can do great with a jigsaw on your own. Obviously, this kind of goes without saying, but I want to point it out. You need a tape measure. Something that's long enough. One is 25 feet. You don't need any more. You don't need more than, 15 feet. I don't know how small they come, but you don't need anything crazy. Just get yourself a nice, decent tape measure. Pencil, very important. I personally like the mechanical pencils. A lot of people don't like doing woodworking with mechanical pencils because the tip breaks a lot, and it does. But I'm willing to deal with that because of the accuracy that you get with one of these. If not, you can get yourself one of these. Find them in your local Home Depot or wherever you're already shopping. They have a million of these all over. You just use a knife, you sharpen it. Or just any pencil. You can use any pencil you want. Another thing that I previously mentioned is a straight edge. This, I believe, is a yardstick, metal. It's nice and sturdy, has a nice straight edge. Not only can you use this for measuring, you can use this to clamp it up onto a board and keep your jigsaw straight, like I mentioned earlier. Jigsaw, your circular saw, whatever you have, you can keep it nice and straight with a straight edge. Clamps. Now, you can use one clamp. I would suggest getting two. Very rarely, I have 4 clamps, but very rarely do I break out the third clamp. I'm almost always using 2, and I like these hand pump action ones. They're so much easier and quicker to use than anything else. You're gonna need to get yourself a drill, something with a nice tip for whatever screws that you're using. I like these star tip screws because I use these on the with these nice construction screws. Usually they come with the bit in the box. So if you're getting screws already, which you probably are, your bit's gonna come in the box with it. But what I like are these nice magnetic bits that you can just drop your bit in. It stays in there. Get yourself a nice drill. One more thing that I think is really super important is a speed square. A lot of people use these for roofing, but they're great as well for making sure that your angles are perfectly 90 degrees. If you have to go and measure out different other angles. Also great for when you're making cuts. This is what I use it the most for. You take your measurement, you draw your mark of your measurement on the wood, You take this, you line it up with the mark, you draw your line, nice and straight across. That's what this is great for. A speed square, I feel, is a must. If you don't have one, it's no big deal, but it's really great to have one of these. It's a great investment. This is not a requirement. This is kind of an extra piece here, but I would suggest if you can afford it, but if not, it's fine. But if you can afford it, get yourself a nice router. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Get one used. Buy one used off a Facebook Marketplace or something like that. It doesn't matter. Get yourself a halfway decent router, okay? And get yourself one of these bits. And what this is for cutting the slot for your T-molding. So if you're going to be putting T-molding, this is the best way to go. This is like, there are other ways to do the slot, but this is the most accurate, best way you can do it. So there's a bunch of tools. I'm trying to think of anything that I can't remember, but if you think of anything else that would be, you know, very basic to somebody that can't afford a lot or wants to do this with all basic tools that I may have forgotten, definitely put it down in the comments and let me know what I missed. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Come check out our machines at DrakkenArcades.com. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you in the next video.